summer box office is open for business, so our film critic Jim Hunter is back to professionally examine the latest and possibly the greatest coming out of the box office.
Possibly the greatest?
Possibly the greatest.
Wow, okay.
I don't know. The first movie has a lot of... It's a high-stakes movie, the first movie that we're going to talk about. And this is all gearing up for our summer box office game where we predict the top 5 highest-grossing films of the summer box office. I won one year, Ron won another year.
Wait a minute, is Cheech and Chong going to make the summer box office? Just curious.
It opened last week. No, it's not. Yeah, that's not the summer yet.
Would have been 1 on 5.
Yeah, there you go. So what have we, James?
We do have Superman. So
that's big,
Yes, this is the big summer movie. James Gunn, who has taken over the DC comic book movies, has recast Superman with David Cornsweet. Rachel Brosnahan stars as Lois Lane, and Nicholas Hoult plays Lex Luthor.
Okay.
This is obviously a big movie because it's Superman, but even more so, the DC universe essentially rests on the success of this movie. If this movie is popular, then that allows the DC rebooted universe to hit the ground running. If it is not popular, then we might see some of the issues that we saw with the previous version of the DC film.
What do you think? What's your gut?
I think that when I give my picks, this might be on there.
Okay, there we go. Okay.
Marvel's had some trouble lately. So.
Marvel has had some trouble. This is the rebooted competition to Marvel.
I know, DC,
So maybe we've got some. Some chances here. So.
Okay, good deal.
So, and there's even Superdog there.
Yeah,
I mean,
well, maybe I'll be in on Superdog. That I would go to see.
Well, from Superman to Smurfs.
To Smurfs. Smurfs movie is also coming. So that is for the family crowd. Rihanna, John Goodman, Nick Offerman star in that. And not to leave the superhero genre too far, Fantastic Four: The First Steps is coming out a week later after Superman.
Is this a prequel?
Wow.
Is this the prequel? Okay.
Set in the 1960s, this is a prequel to almost all of the MCU. It is set in the MCU with Pedro Pascal playing Mr. Fantastic, Vanessa Kirby, Joseph Quinn, and Eben Moss-Bachrach star in the film. Galactus and Silver Surfer, well, Galactus is the villain, and Silver Surfer is also in this movie. This is another big film for Marvel. Marvel has essentially, when it was a comic book, when it was strictly a comic book company, it rested on the laurels of Marvel's first family. So this is another big film where there's a lot of high stakes.
Yeah, but didn't the last Fantastic Four with Jessica Alba kind of tank a little bit, though?
Yes, we had we had 2 films in the Fantastic Four in the early days of the comic book bubble, and then we had another one that was nicknamed Fan Four Stick because it was because the logo was fan, and then there was the 4, and then the rest of Fantastic there.
How unfortunate.
Fan Four Stick was one of the worst comic book movies like almost ever.
Well, that's its own honor, right?
Well, there you go.
When I was a kid,
it's a category.
Fantastic Four was my favorite of the superheroes. They really were. I mean, I love the Fantastic Four. That and Batman.
So there's some real stakes to whether or not Fantastic Four: The First Steps succeeds.
Yeah.
And so we'll see.
Could be a big one, though.
We'll be back with Jim. Don't go away. Stay with us.